Thank you so much Murito wa GTN TV ntoigira thini wa direct na mugani witu ta mutugo ti mugani na ithwe ndana mureherenge na ndamucokia ringi etagwo Desderio Kiogora adiraga na Mbeca ajiraga Waithaka ona wena ciringi ngiri imwe tia kumehuthia na gutongie maundu maria meragwo ma bottom up jigua ta ma supportaga rimwe ati no wambie na matumbi gukwire kitumbi rimwe ukomithiririe rekie tucui maundu macio ni mwendaga na aragi uria andu mangihota kwirira bithi meherera-ini ya basari aciari aingi muthikiririe njamba eno na ari othe mareciria ko invest hihi we ureciria nduri na mbia nyotura we na mbia cigana twandikire icuria kuria Facebook ya GTN TV Digital na no mutwandikire kuria kundu gwitagwo YouTube channel GTN TV Desderio Kiogora mutaalamu wa mbia na ningumuria ciuria cia bururi tondu ni hindi budget ye guthomo anjire kana bururi ri mbere ya twendi oro wa mbeca cia Waithaka ri na cia kuri bururi ni watumira mbeca wega Desderio good morning.
Good morning Waithaka wakinywa.
Wana mbia.
Thank you. Na Joe Mwekeyo yamenyite ugene mwiroreri wa GTN TV ari tafarira muthenya wa muthi watuko tukiaririria oro investment. Na ndakwirira turaria maundu ma megie mbeca ukaega mwekendi ngauthira githungu uria kuingi tondu gutiri mundu ukoragwo na mbia utoi githungu.
Wajirie mbeca ni jitei. Guti mundu mutongu to githungu
tiga kinya mundu mutongu andu othe urari oro mbia ungiugira githungu gutiri mutangi understand mundu tanyita githungu ri ndicenda kwa na mbia
mbeca ni cikwenda ciethwo na mbere ya tuthite kuraihu abawetamburukia ndu bakomenye kuna ndu matakui
mwiroreri wa GTN ni muthenya ungi mwega amaritwa njitagwo Kiogora Desderio korwa di financial advisor kana business analyst koguo ungikwa na biashara yaku urambiriria kana urenda maybe gutamburukia kana kwararamia no twaranirie tote gutarana tumenye kana ni wandu wega kana ni wa strain tumenye tungeta ukinyukia atia makinya macio mangi mbere tondu o mundu wothe aretha ugashiru wa kigina
o mundu rendo uria gitonga
o mundu wothe na kugashira financially and they want to stabilize economically.
Thank you so much for coming na dana kurehere inge na ni ututanaga maundu maingi no maundu maria unjiraga mundu athia kumageria agakua ngoro nwaragia maundu maku ni makome practical
very practical tondu agikorwo theory ni itikanagia na uria turauga ri then agikwa theory ni correct if you apply theory correctly again correctly you are going to the result will be very positive. So basically ndirikanaga kya kigeria maybe mundu akwe ngoro na hienya ni ukome very fast kwa complete na gwika ukaga take time we are so much on speed and direction
adu maratengera muno no matiramenya kuria marathi so much on speed than direction no ability abuthi don't uri buthi nyingi muno
how now
tatulete bururi witu wa Kenya urathoma budget ya 4.2 trillion na niwe ugaga ati Waithaka tia kwenda kugura ngari umuthi na ng'ombe na gacaundu ri uragia aborithia gatume kau nako warithia nga utwire mahuti waragia maundu ma mundu athie kahora too much on speed than
direction
thutha ici bururi witu wa Kenya hii ni natumira ciugo icio wanjira too much on speed than direction budget ni ya 4.2 trillion nitugukinyaniria kana ni magoti mange to andu makuigirirwo
Waithaka reke tuge right now ri andu ingi matietikira kwaria uria kwagirire kana kwaria uma kana kutie muno maundu ma bururi uyu witu tondu wathi kutia kana kwaria ma
ukuhithwo
ukora na tondu nie ndienda guikara ri ngionagwo ni andu ri
ukimigosha magoshe
ndia magosha budget ino benayo
ya ugosha ndungiorio
budget ya 4.2 trillion ri tinene muno ari bururi wa Kenya but ungirora allocation ya budget ino ri there is a lot of misplaced priorities.
What do you mean?
Kwa maundu mara mayo kiria kipawa mbere ri kana ndo maundu mara matugirio ri timo magio ko mari the first priority ari bururi tari uguo ri ungiorio priority ya mbere ari bururi ri ni ugima wa mwiri
andu makome na
ugima wa mwiri andu makona gya kuria andu makona githomo
maundu macio
matatu
atitacokera ugima
wa mwiri gya kuria na githomo
mundu athi thibitari ugia thimo ukaneo dawa winuke
no riu ri ungirora budget ino proposed budget ino ri waro kwina medical equipment ri mara milioni magana milioni magana matano ri medical equipment no me wari orwa medical equipment ri turari orwa machine cia dialysis turari orwa itanda cia ICU turari orwa all this kind of equipment I should take vitari mari my ICU and the like very expensive no warora milioni magana matano ri okay udia fururi wothe ri na population atu nayo ri sigigo equipment sigana atia kasi vitari sigana you get the point
milioni magana matano igigura ki
kindu kinini muno angi jigwaga gitanda kia
weheretie VAT supply
jigwaga uriri wa ICU ni milioni 10
uriri wa ICU
no complete geigwa dioi no ongithie korora milioni magana matano ri cieto medical equipment cia bururi wothe ri ucoki orore affordable housing iraheyo bilioni 1 ri okay uri atiriri what is more urgent urakirwo ri this affordable housing ri ni au ni andu igana marako manja umuthi ugi compare andu amena thina wa gukoma ri kana wa wikaro wa nyumba ri tondu ai muthi wori atiriri no urakirwo nani hana kwao no taina kwao ucio rakirwo ri asati nao ri araikarako no ungithie korora challenge atu na ya medication ni andu igana memici bare metukuthi thibitari ni thibitari cigana cirangangana kunya kuri obeshe ya mathondekete andu already ni andu igana me thibitari makwamite mare metwo kuma thibitari ni biu cia thibitari no what is more urgent ni igiurio ri igiuga medical equipment ri is very urgent but affordable housing is important. Things that are important can wait.
Yes.
Things that are not things that are important can wait. Things that are urgent
go ina gumo politically.
Yeah. No ogicoka urore riri kindu ta githomo ri uno gitihatugire tatene. Na araturorete ri it's like the free education ya biyo muthu to kifakende raikire. Ya ithirite. So by the end of the day education is suffering, health is suffering. Madumana maekiriro ri warora ari budget ino
ri KDF ni yatongoreti na 200 billion
riu madumaya ri
Kenya Defence Forces
tutie gutenderia
Somalia nigetha mathi marwe wega tona mekiriro billion ndathoma Somalia bara cia Somalia cia
we oithaka wakinyua
billion ithano
oithaka wakinyua ndeketwo ari oro investment ndienda kuigikara
ndo ici no mbeca
ndiendera boeka
ici ni ira invest magoti ma turare ngore ni ira invest wega
nikende gwatiriri angiro bururi witu ri we have so many misplaced priorities na mbeca allocation ici ira uracibangitwo ri ni andu maraitha mieke na ti andu othe very few people
ya korea
ni andu maraitha mieke kura mangetha kurutira indo ici cia thirikari ka cia bururi so by the end of the day nikio wakwa tuna very few people amena bia and majority who are suffering.
Budget ino ndirateithia mutheni
ino budget ri wo ungimerera uguo ri
ya Ruto Raila budget
nikio ndauga atiriri
Ruto Raila
nikio ndauga atiriri ni ndienda kwikikara
nawe mundu akuria meru kwa deputy president no na hau andikitwo Ruto Raila
niguo ndirona waithaka wa Kinyuai no ndakwira atiriri in our budget we have so many misplaced priorities how I wish no mekirire kindu ta health kindu ta githomo kindu ta infrastructure mauta macio guo maundu mara hutia mundu kuma iguru kinya mundu haria thi maundu ma mekirirwo mari tuge ta baby tuge ta military ri ni njega na imaruta wira mwega tondu bururi witu ni uri thayo na ko magiteire biu kuma maundu mangima nguia cungiumana na nja itugo no riu ri ara macinani ri ni andu igatu no marasafa besha imwe ici ri cigitu akinya cirorio no kuno this time cije andu acio kiria boa uzire andara ikire na uko ikamba kwa mage tiga makonyo mage mai ma mayo mao na mage mai ma urimire thino acio akinyanyia no the problem that we have andu aya aigi ara mari hare iguru ma thondeka nyamu ici ri marora kwa maguta biacha campaign na ikenda kwina atiriri ni ndenda twali oro mono twali oro investment so by the end of the day ri yakwiro ringi ciana ciakwa ni nini
na mutumia no munini
ndienda kuikara koguo ndienda kuhithwo
we mutaramu wa mbeca ukanjitikagiria financial expert na we mutaramu wa guteithiriria andu hi biashara na thirikari ni ibatie gukorwo ki advice on andu tawe tondu we nduri politician kana ruga magite ni wendaga ngumo
niyo ni ngirungama ri no nungamire gwakwa riri ndagwa ngome
gitenda giti kia muingi
acha
ndoda handu gihutithia andu mere maguthure
ehe
indo cia kwitikare yo ni andu
ni mari na njira ingi no njira gwetha kura
kiuri athirikari itu ya bũrũri witũ wa Kenya gucokio hau ni kuguria kiuria kia investment na kwina thina wikuo wa kindu gitagwo gukomba na ni kuratuika ati niturakomba muno niturakomba mbeca na as we talk the budget ino rathomo mũrũri twa GTN ni ya 4.2 trillion ni kuga ati twina deficit ya ciringi bilioni 800 ni iraga na riu mũrũri twa GTN ni ngwenda nawe ucangire debate ino twandikire ndumĩrĩri kuria Facebook ya GTN utwire ati hiwe ni una support thirikari ino ya Kenya Kwanza budget ino ya Ruto and Raila niguiretwo niyo budget yao ya mbere ya 4.2 trillion Desderio Kiogora kwina deficit ya bilioni 800 hiwe ni supportaga ndo gukomba ujiraga ati waithaka ndugetikire gukomba wewe ujiraga ati ndugitonga utakombete na muda no we uga ati ndugakombe wake ni ugo jiguo kinjira ugo ndugikomba wite ndarugo na Kenya Kwale hiwe ni support thirikari ikombe niguo one mbeca cia guthinga mahia maria me you support
riu ri thina twina gonda ko ringiri bũrũri wa Kenya nuri mbeca nyingi muno
ni kuri bia
Kenya twina bia nyingi muno actually mbeca ya tukona cio we can be able to sponsor our budget with very little borrowing and even if it will be borrowing we can borrow even locally domestic borrowing no they know tukona go and just a capsent is misplaced priorities wakoro andu aria mahetwo wigiriki ucio wa kufanga budget ino na mena wigiriki wa mauthiro mabesha ici amarugamite maybe different departments can even the CSs and the like people at the top the cabinet and the like urakora thino mugitu naguo kana munetwe naguo besha icio cia tuika located immediately mambagira kwetha njira cia gwikate cia waigichingu cia kamwana wao
ori gukonyorwo
igichingu kamwana wao irigari so by the end of the day ti besa tukona cio na bũrũri wa Kenya ti mbeca utari bũrũri wa Kenya ni bia ciuthagio na njĩra citagĩrĩire na andũ kwĩenda at the top
tugeka ati bũrũri ucokera-ini we ngiuria ta expert utakona interest ya siasa we mundu very neutral tugeka ati tondu andu no mararengwo magoti tugacoka tukona mbeca ikihuriririo mwena umwe ikaguthia haria hagĩrĩire what is the solution as a country
the only solution to as a country ni gucenjia leadership
tweherie mutongoria uriho MP twekire ungi na MCA twekire ungi
ni riu ri tutige guthuraga andu na kirena ukabira kana ciama turorage uhoti wa mundu na wendi wa mundu tondu andu ingi politicians atwina omuthi even in parliament and at every level most of politicians are self-centered kido kia mbere makwa magika any politician ira kora their campaign kana kira kigigiothe ndugecia kwi mundu ona inegenere mena rio kundu guothe bururi wothe utire mundu akora gicio wa Wanjiko many of those people 99.9% ni wira maretha they want to defend they want to defend their positions na mahaguritwo rika maenda gucoka wira amatathurwe maenda kuthurwo so by the end of the day these people are looking for their
ni wira uretho
maetha wira na riu becicio mathina matukona mori Kenyans tuthagira mundu tuthuraga mundu uratwebia na tiga
Kenya tuthurage
mbeca na tigo guo it's very funny todo no tore wehaga andu bia kuma mwaka wa miaka yothe no uroka mahe bia muthenya wa mwisho ri no magathura so by the end of the day it's like
and again I don't know mahe besha tha icio mahe no uri woka deka mwisho na bia ri mathuri ucio
yes
cia kuciure
at the same time matirikana no ramahete ira na iyo marikana wa manengero muthi
andu Ndotogo they not gonna matia kona
nikionaga riri mwana siasa ri ni MP ni MCA ni kana wakora muthenya hatuita na ngumo muthenya wa muisho utuko ucio ri mundu giao kana kamaji kamundu giri tondu ngiri ne na muthenya uroka na muthenya githurano imuko ri ukarikana ino ri ndahetwo ni ithaka wa kinyo ukamugiria kura no kurungi utwita kwete 200 300 ngiri ngane mbeca yako wete indari ri hothe ri akwete makiria 3,000 no riu ri oyo wakara ngire muthenya mwisho ri no turirikanaga that is one two aturathurana ri tuga how certain tribes are bit tuga certain community shinika bali ukafira kiki everyone in Kenya the first step ni gutikira uma we are all tribalists either they tukona ukafira na ukafira
tribal
everyone is tribal 99.9% again niki ndego go ni riri That was the na going to president kana kia ogituro giothe ri, especially in the higher offices. Koi mundu ragatire mundu uyu ri timu gikuyu no Mount Kenya, I can understand the language is speaking. Kogu mundu uyu tonge muthura ri nya gututeithiriria. Mundu uyu ri no itura ritu, kogu ri ngi muthura ri githondeka fara guthi kwa ho ri ona itu ni guthondekerwo hau. No anyita mundu uyu ri twari ruthiomi rumo nake. So basically ri macio, those are the baselines ya tuthurana nacio. You see? Now how no
budget nikitogo adomona budget matiana gane.
Kana mundu uyu ri ndimoe no ninjue ngania na ngania ama mukinyagira. Kogo ri tondu ndiwe oithaka directly ri no ninjue so and so ngimukinyira ri niguthira oithaka tondu ngumukinya through someone else, do some profit.
So kiongozi tungenda tuthie kiuria kiu kingi urenda kuga ati mathina maria maguka na budget ino andu matikanegene tondu ni rucamiro gwicutha niguo rauga
ndio hiyo sasa ya kujikatia aina mfupa
so matie kunegena andu
ega tutie kunegena for the time
mari hagia gitike kini kwendia mendagia gitike MC ni kwendia kendagio ndogea nona wewe kama MC uguo ri na wae kuuta kindu imationa na utongori tungithurwo
kwaja nie kwaja riu
ubatie guthie withdraw milioni 8 wenderio gitikiriko
gitikio
kia mubunge kiendagio kindu milioni 40
nona riu
kana 40-50 niko kiendagio 50 so ungeta kwira Kenya tenegeza tugithie kiuria kiu gia investments. Your final remarks on Kenyans about the budget.
Riu ngiuga tiriri gia Kenyans tiriri tutikire mahaturagerera umuthi, fortunately or unfortunately it is what it is. Na tutikadolu mono about what is happening currently. Let us take the lessons that is coming with the current experiences. Todoliri the future is in our hands. Ya fururi uyu. Fururi uyu mokoni wa mundu makana ndweri asati now. We mokoni maitu ithuothe. Tete kwanga jenzi nege kanga une mageka.
Agania mageka.
We have it's a collective responsibility ya gushipu fururi uyu ithuothe. Yeah? Na reure because we have equal chances. The 2027 is coming. Ora ogeka na kura yaku ri. Yeah? Maundu macoka moke thutha wa wikia kura icio ri tuga complain. Twina wigiririki na twina hotina wa gucenjia the future of this country. Tondu currently ri kiriro kia twina kio ri ona ndio nkiturori ni ndirarira.
We ndurarira?
Ndiu ri maundu maya kithi twekire na ndari umwe wao.
Ona hari kura onaga waikirie tagirire.
Ekero tio choka hau. No re you see the good thing next time re 2027 re you want to be starting from scratch. Yeah, you be starting from an experience.
Yes.
To hear me.
Adoma to the experience.
To the experience na tutihatogorio ni bia. Oya ne obeca ri.
Hari ngiri goko tugocio.
Oya ne oni beca ri. Oya beca to yutire mago mugunda. Oya bia. No muthenya wa kura ri tondu mundu yakwe bia ndari hago ne kuria wike kura ri. Tafadhali ikia bia kwa kwagirire. Ikia kura kura kwagirire.
Yes, invest.
Ndugavire mundu toru no akwanyu kana wa ruthiomi rwanyu kana wa region.
Agano wa nyumba itu.
Agano wa nyumba yanyu.
Nyumba eno itu.
Kenya ri ni nyumba itu. Kenya ni nyumba itu ithuothe. Koguo ri na ikio riri ona kinya akoi maguta mahamba bei ri ona tau kinya brothers and sisters and relatives mandosho mara control maundu maya ri we are suffering equally with them. Mathurie muzone wao no ndeciria kwi mundu warekiria ngari maguta kana yeah na riu coke muthure mundu no ri kindu kira arekirira ri ararora affordable housing ararora nyumba tondu nyumba ri
affordable housing ndio kwina board turaha kana
ni tondu na ma contractor meho maindo ciothe
ndona yandikitwo affordable housing board ne board
twali oro investment
kule utawira ni kule board
tatwali oro investment ithaka wakenywa
investment ni kuga ate tondu kiuria kia goro muno investment ni ndu wa mundu tataukiirwo ni kuga ate
reke tuge investment hanu dekentaria na githogo anini tondu riu aishugo imwe tongeta utarire gana gikuyu.
Yes.
Investment re it's one of the most misinterpreted English word. Tondu andu mago investment meciagia orwa besha nyingi. Yeah, but investment generally is maybe trying to deploy some resources, yeah, in some project or activities to make more money in the future.
Why besha wabi kwendagia gareti?
Yeah, so many people tutia your investment tuye yorwa ongekuwa na bia wikiado kana wikiodo nacio. Niguo in future ri weterere kwa na besha ingi kuma akaduka weka. But when it comes to investments, it's a process. Mbere ya kuinvest resources icio wishiragia icio ndu invest agari, it's a process and there are some steps. Mbere wagio kwa na idea. you must get an idea. Akora wenda weka investment ya maybe ya wojoria kana ya wigithia wambe menye uya idea. Idea can be borrowed.
Yes.
Yeah? The moment you get the idea, you develop the passion. Kolide andu mararara ini. Yeah? When igali koko.
Igiga kalikoha.
Kalikoha.
Narukagia mitwe.
Nigo nyanje Tangania. You get it? No, really, by the end of the day, kana kwa bodo idea to ka idea guo and hardware, kumundu idea buroti, kumundu idea migunda. You want to do the same, but you have no any other information apart from what you are seeing.
Yes.
Tia kiona mudisho agika. So basically, kogwere investment is a process.
Ko university udotwa ate wabie rucio.
Na utire mundu tangi invest.
Mundu afati ku take how long ku nigetha ukoro implement idea.
Basically tugaterere iringanaga na kioneki giaku emenere yaku ya kigina. Akwa beshicho athunguma ri akwa ni musharo rariwo akwa ni kifaru thiaga akwa ni contract urutaga. It's a process. Step ya mbere ri wage ambe urute wira. You work. When you work, you earn. When you earn, you save. When you save, you invest. You make sure you complete the cycle every time you make money.
Tatwele metheba ya ku invest in telco.
We are talking about how we are.
Yes.
No, the first step you work. Don't you root away anyone else.
Lazima ujitume.
Lazima ujitume.
Yes.
Because I can't do root away ali. Respect kutabeshako. The moment you work, you earn. When you earn, you save. When you save, you invest. You keep on repeating that what? That cycle. Make sure you complete the cycle every time you make any money. Now, why you are supposed to do that? You are supposed to do it with an objective. Kogwari, how do you to kinyebe kinyari investment ya tuari oro hayo? Tuari oro investment ire. Wako na itanya. Besisho raiga kana invest in liquid investments ire. Besisho raiga re ni siake. Tuna adoigyo idaka wakinywa, masha ni naambia, masha ya besa day in day out na matina moroto, matina objective.
Yes.
Magioria, why are you looking for this money? They don't have the answer at the fingertips.
No besa manetha.
Andu maretha bia.
Andu mokirire gwetha besa no matiwe ni ciake.
Nigoda ko atirire. Even in this town and the towns that are around us, we have so many people who are employed and in businesses who are looking for money day in day out. No magioria specific objective.
Itono ahigura dukeno yako. Urenda besa utware ko.
And that's why urakora mundu ni hautaya miaka 2 3 4 5 kinya miaka 10 na apart from wirosho arutagari, they have nothing else to.
Tiga ukorwa rebise.
Tiga ukorwa rebise, they have nothing else to show.
Yes.
When no wirorutaga, but you have nothing. Ongioria wiro wa utamya keno wetheri. If you are told to you asked, what have you done with your business?
Yes.
Or maybe with your resources for the last 10 years that you have worked. Many of them they just show their business. If much, maybe a family house and a car. Or maybe business.
Kai maisha mundu eti wake no gure gari kari nikigire ko gifatani hari mwanaume.
Tiga mwanaume peke yake.
Uga ukirote ugatogwa kana gure kari kega ri. Tiga maundu maingi mwanake. Orera. Ko magini makuiga.
Nigo imakuiga for the time being tondu ngari no ratwara tha ici na nyumba no aikara tha ici ri. Ukurine waku ri ngari no kamerea. Tondu ngai agikurehe thino akurehete tana gitumi. Aya.
Ndibona Biblia kiuga ati atwe twenda ya maito. Igwa kiuga kiu. Ifukuine. Mwathani atwe twenda ya maito.
Du Biblia na mundu mothe makanitha ri. You can apply them.
No kaigwa kingi kwari kurave.
Mundu ri mapraga kuinga mundu maragerera. Wanyita.
Yes.
Ona Biblia ri uringa uthomaga verse ira ariria maudu mara oragerera. Alikiona kinyeva ni the even in the social media na kuna koge unga status ya domo theri maposta unga quotes nyingi
motivational
tia motivational quotes quotes shingi cia maudu na fiu mago encourage mudu agera tundu turituri
kumereria
to maudu tu igere mudu apostaga maudu maragerera na ala mwisho post ya mwisho kauga atiriri I'm posting on behalf of someone else. And if you think I'm posting because of you, you are right. Yeah, I posted this maybe for me and my friends. Aka tu hadiria maudu make na gaki ngera mundu yake arati disclaimer ri arakwira atiriri guore hadi so gukwira atiriri
yes.
When you are doing this process no ga ukona riri na itanya. For example kauga atiriri niye ndienda ku in the next 5 years ndienda kugura mugunda. In the next 5 years ndienda kwa kanyumba
kugura muguda taboruga mira kugura muguda investments au mwalimu fulani wa secondary school athomithagia handu aga payslip gake for example ni investment example tenda kuheana ngerekano mwalimu ni athie payslip yake ni akombaga fegi milioni 2 agura kamuguda haria Gofeti ka float na iriga acoka guthomithia payslip yake no kurengererengaga investment yo ni njaga kugura ka float
tuagatirire waithaka. We have two types of investments. We have liquid investments and fixed investments. Kana formal investments na informal investments. When we talk about formal investments, ni besha ia uthugumaga kana ile urihagwo kuokora utagira wira. You set aside part of that money, you charge some institutions, yeah, to invest on your behalf. So besha uthugumaga kona wale wangiri 20 ukuga ngiri 5 every month kana ngiri 2 every month I will change a company like Britam, CIC or any other investment company to invest on my behalf. Usually liquid investments. Liquid investments we have several types. Aya mutu taka insurance products. Issue ya muda kiwaterende na policy ya mwana, the policy ya investment, all those ones. Those plans, they have been tailored to take care of various needs, future needs. Any
together ya kuya mheshimiwa.
Yes.
Na nabacha MCA we herie thimo-ini. We invest in insurance mwanari rofi.
Mwanari rofi. Otia kinye invest.
Ndukana rutange.
Otia kinye insurance. So kwani savings cha kwa biashara ri because insurance gives you some disciplined way of saving. You must put aside that money. Na the good thing again about the insurance products is that ukoraga even if you exhaust all the other monies that you have in all other areas, in the M-Pesa, in the bank account, everywhere else, the money that you have saved in the insurance, you cannot touch it because it has a specific objective. Kwa na muda wako kofare ndugithie cancel policy yaku kana plan yaku terminate your plan I think go for this one so because you can't give what you don't have. So it gives you those levels of discipline. Kwa akwabeshi ura save wakanyumba kasha kugura muguda kasha kugura nyumba ri kana gari. By the end of the day, when that time expires, you're going to get your lump sum as planned.
Yes.
No anyita. And then unlike now when you're putting money in the bank and in between kauduka ngewa kinyaka mushi kana even afraid you sometimes you terminate your kitty. You just liquidate what you had saved, you can divert to something else. So basically what we are saying is that liquid investment is sacrificing part of the money that you have worked for to work for you. Yeah? And then with a certain objective. Now that example is your stock market. It's a very good area of investing for future.
Stock market.
Stock market. Stock
market ni kitarajio wajiko.
Stock market
ni kiki stock market
ni kugura shares cia company fulani na company citiganite
mundu abagia so yo ni idea jaga kuigithia fruit.
Yes, tondu riri ni kugura shares ri ukora company maybe company fulani tuwe CIC, Britam, Safaricom akirita wa IPO, initial public offer.
When you gura share?
Yes, I do.
Kaniki uko na fruit yo? We shares.
I buy shares and I buy shares a long time ago. Because what happens, I started buying shares when I was 26 years.
Why did you buy shares when you were 26?
Yes.
How did you hinya? How did you invest when you were 26?
How to yotore? To check to get a you see, when you are buying shares, what are the reasons why I'm buying these shares? Todo shares ya tondo gando matuige do gore tangiria itura ya nyu aroma gwete share ya Safaricom le kwa na IPO ri wakora almost everyone aina shares issue. So by the end of the day what happens when you buy shares no yekume why am I doing this investment? Why am I buying these shares? Because we have 4 reasons why people buy shares. The first reason, there are people buy shares for speculation.
Forex ni jaga
le Kenya bedekia
forex trading ando agency morire forex yo akora mundu munini arathi na murao wa murie niki mundu ureka ai yige wa ngiri 50 gaikia forex igacoka igaciarana no advice ya magwe forex
mbeto kinyete hauri gutagiria gitumi kia andu kura shares tondu andu ingire tari aturorete tondu many companies are suffering and struggling financially company iguka kwendia shares because it's a way of raising capital for institutions to raise capital to do the expansions and even to cover some gaps that they have, yeah, or maybe to carry out some serious projects. That's why institutions sell shares. No, that is the reason. Yeah, company quit their shares. No reason. Yeah, moguri kana mundu akawina kugura shares ire korwo riki no kinya understand me na yeri company ri shindagia shares niki na aguri ri maguraga niki aguri magura for 4 reasons. People buy shares for 4 reasons. The first one to gaterere for speculation. Ukagura modi share shilingi 5 shilingi 5 per share kana shilingi 10 per share, hope that tomorrow nego this shilingi 20 shilingi 30, maybe after 5 or 10 years they may be at a higher price than I bought. That's the first reason, and that's why many people buy shares IPO. Many people buy shares for speculation. Onatoka matiko makimenya maragura niki magura tondu ni radio. Okay, the second reason why people buy shares, it's like estate for the next of kin. Ugakora riri kwi mundu because migoda ni anyihire. Ugakora riri kwi mundu and exposed more about the stock market and then some liquid, some disposable income rate. Ugakora every time they buy some shares, and company fulani, company they have companies, they have shares across so many companies, and they buy in large quantities, so that when they grow old, they can give these shares to their kin, to the next of kin.
Yes.
You ugeta na maybe amatuto either kawa the shares Safaricom ne yaku, Absa ne yaku, Cooperative ne yaku, Webritam ne yaku. You give these shares to them. As estate for the next of kin. And I give my shares for dividends. So when you're buying shares for dividends, you consider what? What do you consider? When you're buying shares for dividends, you consider the companies that are doing well, because dividends are paid from profits. So you can't buy shares with the intention of earning dividends from companies that aren't performing. Yeah. So, and lastly, there's a very big team or the big number of people who buy shares because they are being sold. Kwa mago hata odoni radio. Niko ndio ile share kia ragura.
Na tono kugura.
Ni alikuwa tu kama ifanye na IPO, ngama mwa kofero besha kinyene ni kiani thimu na ndio ngema kofero besha kula. Wathi wa kofa ukagura, but you don't know for what reason. And that's the biggest number. And that's why many people now in the stock market, many people are shy from buying shares. It's because they don't know why they are being sold. They don't know the timings. They don't know. They have no strategy. They are just doing it for the sake of it, and that's why many people have lost in the stock market. They do things the opposite. When they're supposed to be selling, it's when they are buying. When they're supposed to be buying, is when they are selling. So by the end of the day, they're not able. They don't understand the dynamics of the market.
We take a short break. Atobe tuikirie no mbere daya tukucokia kiuria kia forex kiuni ukujokeria tuma break hari mundu rajira ate waitha kauria mugani wito, why do we budget what we don't have and think in budget always? Kiuni ukucokia de niki kitumaga tukibudget na kindu tutari haya Jaribeba watching from A Town, Honorable Moses Maina Wanjohi watching from Gatito Morogoro, na inyuothe murake Ricardo Mereri. We are taking a short break. We are coming back shortly.
Brickman Limited nĩ makurehire brotire handũ prime na cia thogora wa muhuko waku mena ngũrani gũkũ bũrũri-inĩ kũrĩa wĩriragĩria kũgũra matu thĩinĩ wa Zawadi Gardens. Broti no ciringi 199 Kangundo Road Kantafu, broti marakwenderia na ciringi 375 peke yake, na Juja Farm hakuhĩ na Athi Shopping Center, broti no ciringi 799. Title deeds iri ready na site visit ni free. Ũhoro makĩria macerere Ruiru Town, Greek Towers, second floor, S2 ginyagia F12, kana uhure thimu namba 0746 888 111. Pata ploti, pata title na Brickman Limited.
Siabonga Furniture Hub nĩ ithuĩ tũthiĩte na mbere na kũinia mũnyugĩ ĩgwakinya nĩ gũkwenderia indo cia furniture cia nyũmba, ofici, mĩkawa ona kana makanitha-inĩ. Nĩ tũkwendagiria sofa sets cia kĩrĩu ta recliner, semi recliner, SGR na kĩrĩa kĩerũ choa thoko-inĩ kĩretwo sandwich. Oho nĩ tũrĩ na itanda, metha, thituru na indo ingĩ nyingĩ cia kĩrĩu. Customer service itũ ĩ sawa, marĩhi nĩ mabacĩrĩre, nayo transport ndĩgakũmakia muciĩ tondu ngari nĩ kwa wĩingĩ. Tũcerere nduka-inĩ citũ Nyĩrĩ, Roringo Scooter kana Kĩganjo opposite Rubis Petrol Station, na kuhoro makĩria no tũhũrĩre thimũ kũgerera 0725 773 856 kana 0721 139 370. Weciria kũgũra gĩtĩ kana gĩtanda, cera gũkũ kwa Siabunga Furniture Hub, turning wood into art.
RBG Engineering Limited is an engineering company that specializes in fabrication and forming projects involving stainless steel, mild steel, and aluminum, and is committed to quality, reliability, and cutting-edge technology. Our services include metal folding, metal cutting, architectural steelwork, on-site services, while ensuring we collaborate with our clients from the initial idea stage, developing the concepts and translating them into computer-aided designs. For more information, contact 0738 123 123 or visit our offices in Kingongo, opposite Shell Petrol Station along the Nyeri Nyahururu Highway. RBG Engineering Limited, building the future.
Mwiroreri ni njui we mundu wikio mundu wirutanagiria ukagiginyana ugetungumania wira-ini waku no getha utigirire ati muturire waku ni wagirira na hwaini ni wainukia mutu no rimwe ni ukinyaga handu ugakua ngoro ni muturire kurituha na rimwe mawira kugagaya na nikio ufatiraga mundu wa ukumiriria gukuhe hinya gucanura ona gukuongerera mayo ukiruta wira waku tiga kumaka tondu ni Chris Mwangi na tabarira ya muheko kibarua-ini ndi ha tondu waku ducemanagia hamwe nawe o muthenya wa Monday kinya wa Friday kwambiria thaa 3 cia rucini nginya thaa 5 cia rucini ngakumiriria ngakuhe mwihoko ngakuhe hinya ngakuhe kirigiro na ngakuonia ati kwina rucio na tiga kumaka tondu we muhuri biacara wi murathime na ndungirumika.
Thank you so much. Twacokereria ndina mutaalamu wa mbeca. Uyo ndirana mbeca nikio turathie ukaigua ni anjirire ati gutire mundu uri bia waragia utaragia githungu. Gutire mundu uri mbeca bururi uyu utoe kwaria githungu na wako ni sentence igire ona wako ni kihingicanu mundu wothe uri mbeca ni oi githungu. Niguo njiraga
ona ngiaga kwaria ona ngira mo kwaria githungu
ni aiguaga
atio kuigua na utia no kuigua na ku understand ya kunyita
yes
kuigua ti mutu aingi maiguaga no kunyita ni kwa thina no mundu wothe kuona bia kana mundu wothe wa biashara ona tayo ngithi ku mundu wa biashara ri utakire indo cikwa ciandikitwo na Gikuyu tiga ndawa cia miti
niki gitumaga unjira ati mundu ndabati gukomba ake Digiaro ni jake nyumba ya muciĩ ya bedroom ithatu
ti uguo ndogira atiriri na igo ndakwirio ndio wengi o ithaka wake
we ndu makombeta magaka
togira atiriri loan is very good ndio gero no ruru but a loan or a facility is supposed to be spent on an ongoing project ndogire mahaitia matwikaga ni gukofa mbeca cia kwambiriria project you can't keep away 100% from borrowing. Because if you keep away 100% from borrowing, sometimes you might delay to realize your financial dreams.
Yes.
No, ucererwo gukinyaniria iroto imo iroko ona cio utoro waku in terms of projects and activities. No riri nyabe ngurugia nini ndokira atiriri loan it's important you borrow wisely and pay promptly and then borrow within your means. Togire nakira kia ku discourage ni mundu maybe na ploti adu ndwina mbeca uigire kana ucokaniririe ugacoka ugathi ugakofa mbeca nyingi cia kwambiria mwako na mbeca irakoferwo ri si ni mbeca citagirikia mwako ucio icio kori stinge of resources tondu ugwaka nyumba ikinye nuthu yake kurika
utige pia ingethete
igwa yaka kurika ri runi wambirie kuria runi ya na bandu akora kanyumba ya mushiri no urare ya rent ko mbeca icio tinaguteithia na angikoro tondu ti biacara-ini watwara mbeca icio ni mwako-ini watwara ri mbeca icio urahota gutwara kundivert to gutwara kudirect mwako-ini ri ari rundu wa mwako ri na mwako takurika ri take time mbeca icio cige andu igura money market fund cokaniria mbeca icio kwa inda miaka 2-3 muigana wa maybe hinda rĩo ngĩrarĩire loan hara wakinya mbeca icio ri wambĩrĩrie mwako waku na mbeca ciaku aria mbeca ciaku cigukinyia irocokanĩirie miaka 2-3 ri ya riu kofa cia kurekereria ni ukora riri if you are able to raise 70 or 80% of what you require for the project, maybe the 30% irio kofa ri the monthly installment is most likely to be equal or even less than the rent that you are paying. Koguo ukofa 30% urikie mwako waku and wambirie kwan maybe ako nyumba ya family urakaga ri uthamire nyumba iyo utie kuria rent yo ari agari ikirie 30%. Nwanyita ako nyumba cio kuboithia urakaga ri na maybe 70% ri ugwa kana ukinye nyumba 70% 30% ukofe urikiririe mwako waku ya na wabire kwa income ya kuria ke loan ruoya. But many people are struggling to do riri maroya loan rokwambiriria mwako nyumba ka kurika mundu cio hatuika aga stagnate arutoro wake maisha make magacokana thutha na to some extent ri ona nyumba ambire wakare ya kinyandu ikendio ni fegi kana muko feri beca icio. So basically keto gani da kwirina tiriri is going to borrow wisely. Tui hamwe o mbere ukinya au cover ukamake sure at least no bago shokaniria some resources uwa cover biesha kurikiria. Money is supposed to be spent on an ongoing project.
Niki kitumaga thirikari budget kindu itari mundu ni afati ku budget kindu atari Mbeca Kariuki no oria
eketo butie ko thirikari mono it is start with the individuals tondu thirikari ri kwani who makes the government
ni ithwe na kinyando cio marara ni thirikari iyo ri ni individuals. So in many cases ona mundu areka at the top ri is a reflection of their thinking. Yeah, kogwori onake maybe many of them takuta even you find even in their own life. That's the still the way approach their projects or maybe their lifestyle. Wako atiriri even as an individual, yeah? Yes.
Ni andu igana guku turariria thaici maramba njetera mena maundu manene mareciria. They are thinking about the big budgets, they are thinking about big projects and activities na matina resources. Na reure the moment they think about those projects makambia gwiciria tiriri where do we get the money. Na mudura oracia kwa kuruta mbeca ri akofete kundu guothe ena uri no fengi ena uri no fengi igiri ena uri no sako ya na kwa mundu ngikinye mukofere bia ya na bandu areciria kuria gukofa ingi na bandu no make some na yesiyo project ngenda ku undertake. So by the end of the day that is a common approach. Na nikio ora many people are struggling. And that's what I've been telling you. You see, sometimes you look at if you see what is happening in the country at large, at the top, in the middle, and even where we are, it's a reflection of individual thinking and approach here to you get to get it. And many people, just like the government is struggling, many people are also struggling. You have seen people in those big offices again who have held very big offices, and even today they are holding the same offices. Some of them you find them being auctioned. Wewe mundu ala mshahara millions of shillings na mundu kinyawe na kira access ya cha mikato cio methaga na kuguo no kora bandu mundu na tweka auction. Why? It is because we look at our resources from the scarcity point. Ligoda kodire.
Yes.
Ala mena nyingire moga mena nini amena nini kwa matire. So by the end of the day people are not able to live within their means. We are in a very high speed but in the wrong direction.
Mundu thukuma ngirira no ri agikata university atoge
ngirira no muthenya kana mweri no cio
kana cio ari mwisho
utakiri no ria ngirira no mweri todo agikwa gitaro riko
mfururi uko na mathukuma nginya magana meri
shingi magana meri mweri
ni deire
magana meri
marua be
ni magana meri deire o ithaka wa
tatucorithie mundu agitonga ate ucira na meri araiga matatu
niyo ndakwa ate o ithaka. You see, until you change your thinking, until we change our thinking, we keep on recycling our experiences. Ginya muthenya tugachinja meciria maitu kana monere itu ama uduri twakwa tukiricycle our experiences chekuga gutina bia na kurera thina. Yeah? How I wish the first and foremost ni kwamba kumenya atiriri kila wonaga weka budget ya kila wonaga. A budget is a document that it tells your money where to go.
Yes.
Yeah? And without a budget, you'll be asking, where did my money go? And when doing this budget, yeah?
Muda budget.
Kila wonaga, kile kinene kanaka kinini, because you need to understand this. And kito liora budgeting ya okay.
Mudu akona budget muhuko. Katathi. Tena ya thirikari.
Nikioda kwa terere, that's where you lose it. To succeed is hard. To fail is hard. You choose your hard. Gotofarario turore ni ndomori tumono. Na kinyakogwa ri ni ndomori tu. Kogwo ushagure wendo kora mwana uriko. Kogwa ri ni ndomori tu atia. To fail is hard because when you fail in life, you struggle to meet even your basic needs. Itigo, you struggle, and you think, and struggling.
Yes,
it's not easy, my friend. To be poor is expensive. No, you go. Yes,
expensive.
Yes, because you see, the rich people will buy time. The poor will sell time, and time is very expensive. Yeah. Itogari magura mother. When I went within the day with your mother, because you must work for that person.
So you are saying
he's buying your time.
Tanyadia mathamaku onye ndaria mathamaku udeithie gukinyaria kioneki giako.
Yes.
Shunu wira wa gitonga.
They buy time.
Mundu othe arangana atoke mweno ni ngure mathamaku.
Akire guo.
Ikefuru yuhana ate tanjira tiriri.
So basically,
hena ando yabo bile gazeti ni muthenya waida.
Abadi kiriya mwito wa ithaka. Tambe turi kikire kiwajoke. Wanjuri kya mundu maybe na ona uri hauthi wenda gukaiguru ri wenda kwa.
Aida daga ukuhiririe no mutigatigane.
Ona nutigane tondu riri isi
yeto mumanie.
What you are looking is looking at satisfaction. Yeah? We're satisfied.
Yes.
Yeah? You see, if I ask you a question, if you want to be, do you want to be satisfied or you want to be successful? Do you want to be successful?
Utaina pressure na maudu ka satisfied ni mundu anade
satisfied ni mundu ura
ya kahuna
ni mundu igwaterere ni jiganire na kirande nakyo na mundu marande na kurandire kinye na kirande reka. Do you want to be satisfied or do you want to be successful? Because you see, when you talk about that, success is measured by people. Kula ndo makuonaga makona iyo Ithaka is very successful ni adira wega adira na kiria andira na who is who
gukire mundu ranya na riho TV yako na tadauta date kondo South Africa
akire kuori
tade maju
no anyita. So basically tugaterere a satisfied life is better than a successful life, because
a satisfied life is better
than a successful life, because
so it's better to be satisfied.
Yes. Satisfaction, it's about your soul, it's about your mind, it's about your peace, it's about your inner peace. Yeah, so when you are satisfied, then very, very, very little matters out there. But when success is measured by other people, it's how people perceive. There are many people who look successful, but listen, there are many people in this world who look very successful. Yeah? But themselves, they are unsatisfied. They are suffering. They are struggling.
No mudoshi ni jwe esawa.
Akioneka ri nando makimwona ri
esawa.
Yeah, no emwene ri maundu maragerera my friend. Takongo gasharani. Yeah,
so mundu another akorwa satisfied.
And you know why we suffer sometimes? In many times Ithaka, we suffer not because sometimes you can be the best employee in your organization, like in GTN. I believe you are the person who controls so many programs here. Yeah, you can be the employee number one in a company, but you're still struggling in your own life. Yeah, and you see, sometimes you don't struggle. Sometimes we struggle not because we don't understand our work. We understand our work, but we are lacking some very basic information about ourselves. So we create our own limitations.
Basic information about yourself.
About yourself.
You
understand your job. People in your place understands you. You're the best employee. You're the best in ABCD. But again, you find on the other hand, you're struggling. This guy, you voted him the best employee of the year.
ciringi ngiri 1,700 akarengwo affordable housing ciringi ngiri 1,500 mwarimu akarengwo UPAs 1 UPI ikarengwo gacoka kahari karuni yote isako-ine ka mĩeri 3 ikarengwo agekora na ngiri 2,200
riu ri mũrutwo cia gũcitirĩnĩ rĩrĩ mũrũ wĩtwa Ithaka
mũndũ ũcio abatie gwĩka atĩa atige wĩra
ambonyite. See, it's very basic. Nikienda kwa atiriri, you can be doing very well in your place of work, but still you find yourself struggling because of some basic information that you lack about yourself. You create your own limitation. Nwanyita, wako mũrutwo ũcio ri, it's actually financial satisfaction, not even success. Financial satisfaction, kana economic satisfaction, has very little to do with your income. It has very little to do with the rate of return where you are putting your money. It has everything to do with your ability to consolidate some resources and carry your normal responsibilities with minimal borrowing. Minimal borrowing.
Onyiye gukomba.
Thikireria na riu ri mundu akonyia gukoba atia. It's about how you prioritize into that. First, where do you put your needs? Second, where do you put your wants? And then, where do you place your investments?
We want investment na
needs. See, basically, modu ohangi 25 ri tabiri na basic needs. Needs, there are things that you cannot do without. You talk about shelter. No, you talk about shelter. First of all, what are these needs you're talking about? Talk about shelter. You talk about education of your children.
Take madhafu practical. Need to here theory. Grade 25. Mwalimu yule. Taitoka ya beshe yoje agitaideka ta mtu rene.
Mwalimu huyo wa grade 25 ri. Ari kanyo baba ashigana.
Afati wikarashigana ya kikedo mugwanja na matano ndo mwalimu.
No, no, that's the problem that we have.
Mwalimu leo kwa majengo.
It doesn't matter.
Yo kima majengo ati useve.
Ndakwe atiriri. Your budget should fit in what you have. Ikienda kwa again, tikenda save. I'm not talking about savings here. I'm talking about how you prioritize your needs.
Mwalimu wa grade 25 afati kwa manyo baba ashigana. Na umenya ni mwalimu na ciana ni iramu na haria uma.
Kai baika yako mwana ciana.
Radi rodi.
Toka na ciake.
So radi rodi. Afati kunegera radi rodi shigana.
A maximum of maybe 6,000 or so.
Shati go shigana ni shati.
19,000.
19 ire.
19 ire. Bere ire tugire you pay yourself first. Ngishi 19 ire na igengiri thano peke yake.
Ira no beherie.
Ni agengiri kalima. Akoro tikalima ne igore tugire money market one of the sure avenue. Ira no re igeko forex kana money market. Ndakwira ni niki agikoro mwalimu yore neigwa ari committed ukinyuki kinya ringi aikaundo kwikira we mwene tondu by the end of the day if he or she waits until they pay everyone else and sort everything else then achoke maybe asave beshika na kido kinini towards their goals in life, then nothing will be left. If you wait until you pay everyone else, then nothing is left. But it doesn't matter the distance that you want to go. If you want to a journey of 1,000 miles, start with a single step. Yeah? If you want to go to Nyeri town, you want to start from there, outside there. You start from where you are. You start where you are with what you have, doing what you can. To hamwe. Kwa mwalimu yore energy 25. Angekuwa ni afutanya wakanye ubali. The biggest question is, what are you doing about it? So the distance that you want to cover is not about the things that you want to do. It's about what are you doing about it. Those is small steps that you are making. Nyumbani ya milioni 5. Okay, nyumbani ya milioni 1 maybe ni mdwa ngito 25 re. Nekedekie mdwa ngito 25 re. Nende kwa kaka nyumba kangiri magana manana to 1 million. Ngirisho 5 aigare. Yeah? That is a small step. Is taking him or her closer to the goal. Any single step that you make takes you closer to your destination. But without 35,000, the distance between where that teacher is and the destination they want to go will remain constant. They aren't making any move. But the small step that they make, those small insignificant steps that they are taking every day, is taking them near their goals. Is that making sense?
And that makes sense.
Onage yangirie mwaka na ngirigere. Ngirie mwa igare, akwa kwa daga milioni more, atigeke. It is 1 million less 1,000.
Odrego kiugate the most important part ni ate modu abererie.
Yes, tugaterere.
Dokano agabia next month.
How you finish is not determined by where or when you start, but you must start.
Forex ni jaga. Forex trading. Watu wameomoka, my friend.
Let me tell you, my friend.
When you go to forex and matogete.
I know. Now, I like your positiveness and the matogete. When you go to agima, they need a coup.
Out the material and on Maraiwika.
On national togari, very few of them who want to attract more. Tondo hasho few day, Niama Kuatiri, Miri, Nanyale Kire, rather the Kai, let away Kire, I understand. Those are some of these things, guys, are just some pyramid schemes, kind of. By the end of the day, Dakwira, Orakora, many people have lost than who have gained. Now, look at the statistics. How many people, like in gambling, how many people have lost money there? Forex
in gambling.
To some extent it is. If you want to participate, first of all, make sure you understand the game. Like I go everything that you want to do in this life, everything that you do, it's a game. And every game has a winning trick. Yeah? Can you learn the tricks of the game before you put your money in? Many people have lost money in those areas in the name of investments. And if you want to do any investment, especially when it comes to liquid investments. Liquid investments today, Neko Gidia, Adora, or Antabashiaku, Okaneana, Sikiatan, Siojolidio, Kanashiarane, at Nuko some returns. You told me a Kogonere to do a game at Tebia. Yeah? Make sure you understand, never invest your money in an area that you don't understand 100%. You can't afford to risk what you can't afford to lose.
You can't afford to risk what you can't afford to lose.
Yes. So, Aquane, we was talking about.
You only the moderated in Oberek Forex.
Dickeria.
I didn't know Mirima. Why that could you get it? The rural uni.
Aquanition now Mirima. No need to go now with that cocking you. Don't ye? The idea Gombe.
You get a Forex. You get it. Shall I be able to go your career? Oh, in the quadrocade.
Yes. And that's why you have lost it. Many people have lost it because we are doing things because they are being done. And we give a come out to the Mareko. First get the idea. It's good to have learned the idea. Then develop the passion. You cannot develop a passion about something if you don't understand how it works. So, developing this passion, you must be close to one who is doing it, learn how to do it, see them do it, see them earn this money. People will tell you, no, some of those stories are true. No, it's possible. You never know. You have seen this in it's not about where you are. It's about the vision that you have for where you want to, and the steps that you are taking. No, look again. Unless you change your thinking, you'll always keep recycling your experiences. You must have a vision. Where do you want to go? Kioneki. Make steps towards the goals that you want to achieve. And then be consistent. You require the things. Discipline. The second thing that you require is consistency. And the last one is patience. Slowly is the fastest way to get to where you want to be.
Slowly
is the fastest way. Slowly is the fastest way to get to where you want to be. Consistency is the one. Get it started, remain focused. A step per day, step by step. Eventually, you get yourself there.
Thank you so much. Kile giado ni patience, adogima tena patience. Na makiria beoje the ni marenda gutonga na ihenya. Na naigua urero ha slowly is the best way to get there. Riwe nendo igana magi umiriria makiria andu arika ria waithaka na aria ni kugira ati umiririe rero wakinya muthuri tone rio ko no theri. Beoje the ndetekira kumiriria hau no bareri. Tenda kunengera kamera. Otaimiza.
Leo no jire muthi.
Andrezi bururi.
No jiri mwiroreri wa GTN ogo ndacokera njoke cigucio ndauga slowly is the fastest way to get to where you want to be. Consistency is the one. To grow economically, you require three things: discipline, consistency, and patience. Be blessed.
Discipline. Underline the word discipline.
Yeah.
How no rukwasado the matoragiriyo.
And discipline, just to explain briefly, discipline is doing what you are supposed to be doing even when the body is not willing.
Mwirire uragonderera.
Yeah.
nĩrĩo igua tawambia gũtorio andũ ingĩ maremagwo nĩ gũkinya harĩa marenda gũkinya nĩ kwaga discipline ũrauga tũrĩigaga 200 ũcoke wĩkore ũkiuga enderio ũrĩa rĩu rĩ nĩ wĩtirie nginya ithabu nĩ kwaga discipline discipline kuga atĩ niĩ ndĩraugire ndĩinũkaga thaa 11 tikwenda gũkenia arũme tondũ thĩna ũrĩa wĩkuona arũme gũkũ nja nĩ atĩ nĩ kuga enderio ũrĩa nĩ wagĩtonga tidai wega ndamũtiga moko-inĩ ma Chris na akĩamwĩre ũrĩa mũkũgĩa na mwĩhoko ciĩbarũ-inĩ icio mũraruta Chris nĩ aroka amũmĩrĩrie mũgĩe na mwĩhoko ciĩbarũ-inĩ nĩ ndarĩkia na mũndũ wa mbeca nake nĩ akwĩra ũrĩa ũgwĩka ũtonge na Chris akũhe mwĩhoko